Hi everyone, it's me, Rebecca, again. Very happy to be bringing you my first yoga video online on YouTube. Super exciting day. I have a little special extra guest in here who might wander in and out of the frame while I'm teaching. This is Pablo, everybody. Mwah. So please feel free to ignore him or embrace the cat love. What can I say? So the video that I'm going to bring you today is with a lot of us working from home. I thought it'd be quite nice if I offered a 10-15 minute little midday reboot. You can do it on your lunch break, you could do it on your afternoon tea break, just something to kind of revitalize you when you've been stooping over a computer desk all day. Obviously, as someone who sits in front of a computer a lot myself, I'll show you from the side. We look down at the computer, start to slump, wrists always in the same position, and then we're looking at our phones a lot as well and tend to crank the back of the neck downwards. So this routine is for you guys if you find yourself a little bit sore in the back and the wrists. Let's begin. Okay, so coming to a comfortable cross-legged position on your yoga mat or your rug. If you feel that you're stooping forwards a little bit and rounding in the spine, you can take a block or a couple of books or a cushion and just pop that beneath the sitting bones to elevate the pelvis and allow your spine to sit up nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself in the body. From here, reach the right arm up to the ceiling, really extending so that arm is as straight as it can possibly be and activating through the fingers as they reach upwards. Then take your left fingertips down to the side and reach up and over with the right arm. So what we're looking for here is a stretch along the side body. And this is also a great bend for the spine, starting to remobilize the vertebrae after sitting at a desk all morning or afternoon. Inhale, bring yourself back to center, and we'll tip on over to the other side. So start by reaching the left arm up. Take a huge inhale to lengthen along the left side of your body, and then tiptoe the right fingertips outwards for your side stretch. If you're a little bit more flexible and you want to bring the whole of the right forearm down onto the earth, you can do. That's another option for you. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back to center. And from here, take your right hand onto your left knee. Left fingertips come just behind the lower back. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, rotate the upper body towards the left for your twist. And just knowing that this isn't going to be the deepest twist that you've ever done. So don't try and make it so. Just be gentle with the body and start to create a little bit of extra space. Come back to center and we'll take that to the other side. This time left hand comes onto right knee, right fingertips just behind the lower back. Take a full breath in as you lengthen crown of the head up to the ceiling. Exhale, dissolve into the twist. And keeping the spine as long as you can in the twist. Notice if you're hunching a little bit in order to get deeper. Keep the collarbones broad and open. And come back to center. And I like to take the block away for this next bit, but if you want to keep it there, then you absolutely can. Okay, so we'll start to walk the fingertips forward of the mat, working with your own comfort level. So you don't need to go super deep or super low. If you're here, that's great. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then do that. Maybe resting your forehead all the way down onto the ground. And then walk your fingertips back towards the body. And take your spider fingers, so kind of look a bit like spiders, lifting up onto the fingertips. Take your hands just behind the hips and start to lift the center of the chest up to the ceiling. And if it feels good to lift the hips as well, maybe you heard my hip pop just then, you can do that. And then bring the seat all the way down if you've lifted up. And we're going to make our way to tabletop position, all fours. So take a moment to spread your fingers as wide as you can, stacking your shoulders above the wrists. And we'll move through a couple of wrist stretches. So slowly walking the fingertips so they face pointing towards each other. We'll take a little bit of a sway from side to side. And then continue to walk your hands so the fingertips point forwards. And then take the fingertips so they point to the outer edges of your mat. And we'll take another little side to side rock here. And then we'll continue on this trajectory, bringing the fingertips so they face towards the body. And this should feel like quite a nice stretch along the fronts of your forearms. If this is enough for you, stay here. Or start to shift your seat slightly back towards the heels to intensify that sensation in the fleshy part of your forearms. And then bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Plant your hands to the mat. Index fingers point to 12 o'clock. We're just going to go for one more wrist stretch here. So this time, taking the backs of the hands onto the ground, so that the fingertips point back towards the body. Hi, Pablo. That's nice. You know what? I'm going to let you out before you ruin my video. Come on. Bye-bye. Okay, so we're taking the hands, so palms face up, fingers point back towards the body. And again, if this is enough of a stretch for you, you stay here or start to shift the seat back slightly towards the heels. And then bring your hands back onto the mat. We'll take a few cat-cow poses from here. So as you breathe in, lift the hips, lift the chin as you drop the navel down to the earth. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Pull the lower belly in as you curve the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale, soften through the elbows. Lift the gaze up as you extend hip bones to the sky. Exhale, tuck tailbone under, round the spine like an angry cat. And continue with this motion, linking breath to movement, and just setting your own pace. And if you have been sitting at a desk a lot over the last few days, weeks, months, maybe years, getting this movement and this flow back into the spine is like medicine. It's really great. And then on your next inhale, come back to a all fours position. Spine is long and crown of the head points straight forward. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. And take a moment to have a little walk in your dog, bending one knee and then the other knee. And turning the head to the opposite side, to the bent knee as you go. And then when you're ready, come to stillness. But for this first down dog, don't worry too much about straightening the legs. What we really want is a straight spine. So take a little bend into the knees and see if you can lift your seat even higher up towards the sky, getting a little bit of length into the lower back. Take a full breath in. A long sigh out of the mouth. Take a slow walk up to the front of your yoga mat. And we'll come into ragdoll position, taking feet to hip width apart or wider. Soften through the knee joints and catch opposite elbows with opposite hands, letting the upper body hang over the fronts of the thighs. Just cascading downwards like a waterfall, no effort required. And then from here, release the elbows. Bring the feet together to touch on your yoga mat. Bend the knees a little bit to soften through the leg joints, the knee joints, sorry. Helps protect the lower back as well. And then vertebra by vertebra, rise all the way up to standing. Extend your arms to the ceiling as you take a huge breath in. Exhale, bow forwards, hands at the forehead. You can bend your knees here if you want to. Inhale, lift halfway, take your hands onto the shins. Find a really flat back. And this time, plant your hands to the mat, step back to your high plank, creating one long line from your heels to your hips to your shoulders, pulling the navel into the body. Take another full breath in. Drop the knees down to earth. Slowly bend the elbows and lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the abdomen forwards on your mat. Roll the shoulders back and press your heart center towards the front of the room. And then from here, tuck the toes under, lift up onto your hands and knees, press back to downward facing dog. And plug into your foundations here, pressing down through the fingers, the fingertips and the knuckles, as well as rooting your heels down towards earth. It doesn't matter if they never touch, this is just the direction that they're moving in. And from here, take a slow walk up to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift, create your flat back. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, extended mountain pose. Not at the top, take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and lean over towards the right. So I'll show you guys this way. So you're getting that stretch along the side body. Inhale, come back to center. Take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and take a lean over towards the left. Breathe in as you come back to center. This time, interlace the fingers. I'll show you down on my knees. You guys stay standing up. Press the hands up towards the ceiling, feeling that length in the triceps as you press the skin of your hands to the sky. And then from here, release the hands. Bow forwards. Lift halfway. Plant hands to the mat, step the right foot to the back, coming into your runner's lunge, keeping right heel high. Take a full breath in as you lengthen the chest forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next breath in, ripple forwards to your high plank. Drop the knees down, lower all the way to the belly. Lift the chest and roll the shoulders back. Low cobra, squeezing the glutes and your leg muscles. Then tuck the toes under, come through all fours and back to downward facing dog. On your next in-breath, step the right foot between the hands. Press the right heel down into earth as you lift your left heel, the back heel, high off the mat. Take another full breath in as you lengthen. Exhale, bow forwards. Rise all the way up, extended mountain pose. Fold. This time as you breathe in, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. And you want to have the weight here in your legs. So technically you should be able to lift your arms up off the mat. You're not putting all the weight into your hands at this stage. Take another breath in, and then step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take a gentle ripple through the spine, coming forwards to your high plank. Drop the knees down, and with belly button pulling into the body, lower all the way to earth. Inhale, wake up the glutes and the leg muscles for your low cobra, pressing feet into your yoga mat. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the front of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. And think of your right leg here as your anchor, so start to firm up the muscles in your right thigh by squeezing the kneecap upwards. One more breath in. As you breathe out, step the right foot to the front of the mat, bow forwards. Extended mountain pose, reach all the way up. Fold. From here, separate your feet to hip width apart. Take a generous bend into the left knee. Reach the right arm up to the sky, taking your gaze up to the fingertips. Bow forwards. From here, bend your right knee, and you guessed it this time, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Bow forwards, letting the head hang, letting everything be loose in the upper body. Breathe in, halfway lift. Step back straight into your downward facing dog this time. Bring your feet together at the back of the yoga mat. Reach the right leg up. And step the right foot between your hands, dropping the left knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling. And then start to sink into the hips here. So we're opening up the hip flexors on that left side, the front of the left thigh. If this feels like a little bit much on the left kneecap, you can fold the yoga mat over to give yourself a little bit of extra padding. One more breath in. Bring both hands down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Flutter your lips as you breathe out. Bring the feet together to touch at the back of your mat. Lift the left leg. Step left foot between the two hands. This time right kneecap drops down onto the earth. Reach both arms up to the sky. And sinking into the hips, feeling a little bit of sensation, this time perhaps on the right side, into your hip flexors. And if you feel a little bit of compression where the leg bone meets your hip joint on the left side, just turn your left foot a little bit outwards to give you more space. One more breath in. Bring both hands to the yoga mat. Step back, downward facing dog. And take a long walk up to the front of your yoga mat. Halfway lift. Bow forwards. Rise up, extended mountain pose. Lift your gaze, lift your energy up to the sky. Hands to heart center. Okay, and that's it for my little afternoon reboot yoga video for those of you seated in an office situation, whether that's at home or in an actual office. Any feedback you have would be amazing. Obviously, I'm only just starting this, so please don't be harsh. Be nice. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care.